Shalom, and welcome back to Bnei Noach Academy, Thoughts on the Torah. Please remember to hit the like button, to subscribe, and most importantly, to share this insight and inspiration with friends and family. So if you look in the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 22, what happened? Rivka, that's Rebecca, overhears her husband instructing their firstborn, that is Esau, to go ahead and prepare for him this elaborate dinner so he can go and give him the blessings. It should be a festive situation, a festive mood, and he will give him the blessings. She tells her son Jacob to go ahead and snatch away those blessings. And she orchestrated the whole thing. However, when he protested and he argued, no, I can't do this, because it's true that my father can barely see. He's practically blind. But all his senses are working. And he's going to immediately notice, he's going to realize that this is not Esau. This is not Esau. This is me. In fact, all he has to do is just feel me, touch my skin, and he'll feel the contrast, the difference between me and my brother. My brother was a very, very hairy guy, very burly, hairy guy. As we see, he was even born that way, like with a coat of hair, and I'm not. I just have smooth skin. What did she do? She said to him, I have a solution. We're going to take some of the sheepskin. I'm going to be offering sheep. I'm going to be preparing sheep, so we're going to be slaughtering sheep. We're going to take some of that hairy, bushy, woolly skin, and we're going to put it around your hands. So if your father does touch you, he's going to feel that intense texture of hair, and he's going to think that you are Esau. Well, Jacob comes in, and he says, my father, rise. I have brought you the food as you have commanded me. Now, Isaac can't see, but he definitely has a sense of what's going on. And it feels to him that it's too soon. This is too fast. So he says to him, wow, my son, how have you pulled this off so quickly? And he says, well, because God, blessed he, has helped me in this endeavor and helped me make it happen so soon. Isaac was taken aback. Something didn't seem right. It was odd. He's not accustomed of hearing from Esau, hearing words like, thank God, God has helped me, God is involved in this. Esau didn't speak that way. So he says to him, my son, I have some suspicion here. Is that really you? And Jacob says, yes, it's me. He says, please, come close. I want to feel you, my son. I want to make sure it's you. And he touches his hands, and he finds him to be hairy. And he expresses his bewilderment. And this statement is actually a fundamental adage, as will be explained. And he says in verse 22, Hakol kol Yaakov. The voice, the sound is the voice, the sound of Jacob. But the hands are the hands of Esau. On a deeper level, the righteous, the Jacobs of the world, their expression, their approach, their attitude is expressed through their voices, the sound. Whereas the wicked ones, the Esau's, through their hands. Throughout history, we've seen this. In fact, even after Jacob receiving the blessings and Esau finding out that he had lost that opportunity, and he begged his father, he pleaded with him, please, just one blessing. And what did he say to him? Al charbacha tichya, you will live by your sword. In other words, the only blessing I can give you is something that Jacob didn't take, that he doesn't have. Jacob didn't take. The righteous don't want that living by the sword thing. So that's the only thing I can give you. And this is a very important lesson. This is extremely important. You see those who initiate with the sword, who initiate with doing harms to others, who are focused and dead set on hurting others, on killing others. That tells you right away, these are, quote, the hands of Esau. These are the hands. This is the attitude of the wicked. When you see people who try to use their voices, they try to reason, they try to pray, they try to bring about peace, sometimes to their own detriment. This is the voice of Jacob. This is the voice of the righteous. Now, by the way, make no mistake, I just want to put in this caveat. This doesn't mean that Jacob is a pushover. This doesn't mean that because his ultimate interest and desire is in using, quote, his voice, not using the sword, not using the hands of Esau. This doesn't mean that he doesn't know how to defend himself. This doesn't mean that he won't defend himself. On the contrary, if you look, for example, in chapter 32, where Jacob is advised by the messengers, by the angels, that Esau is approaching with his 400 men, Jacob prepares for war. Yes, he prepares also for diplomacy, but he prepares for war. And this is a very good lesson for our time. We don't want, we meaning the people who are on the side of good, the side of righteousness, the side of kindness, which is the side of God. We don't want to hurt others. We don't want to go and cause damage and bring about death and destruction to others. But if we have to, we certainly not only will, but we must. But ultimately, Hakol Kol Yaakov V'Hayadayim Yedei Esav. The voice, the sound, the reasoning, that is the way of Jacob, the way of the righteous. Using your hands, living by the sword, that is the way of Esau, the direction of the evil.